Meet Sidi, just your average gal looking to make a name for herself in the wide world of YouTube. So when she's offered a job by this fella named James, who ran a prankster production company and was like the king of outrageous pranks, she knows she's got to get in on the action. Plus, she's offered a really good amount of money for the job, which will help her quit working as an escort and still be able to send money to her parents in Indonesia. Then there's this other girl named Doan, looking to make a quick buck, just like Sidi. She's also brought into this whole YouTube prank thing by the same guy named James. So they join his crew. They hit the streets, pulling off some seriously wild stunts. From fake celebrity sightings to alien encounters, they did it all, leaving folks scratching their heads and laughing their butts off. One day, both Sidi and Doan are brought to the airport to do their jobs. They think they're just playing a harmless prank. But James has other ideas. He hands them a couple of liquid-filled pens and gives them their target and tells them to sneak up on this guy and wipe the stuff on his face. Seems innocent enough, right? Wrong. Turns out, the liquid in those pens ain't harmless at all. It's a mix of some deadly poison, and when Sidi and Doan carry out the prank, they unknowingly seal Kim Jong-nam's fate. Yeah, you heard me right. The half-brother of North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. He collapses in the middle of the airport, foaming at the mouth and gasping for air. So basically, this whole YouTube production company was actually a huge trap that Sidi and Doan had fallen into unknowingly. Well, before you start getting all confused, let's dive into the motives behind this whole trap. Back in the day, Kim Jong-nam and Kim Jong-un. These two were just a couple of kids growing up in the shadow of their powerful father, Kim Jong-il. See, Kim Jong-il has his favorites, and Kim Jong-un wasn't one of them. From the get-go, Kim Jong-un knew he'd always be second best in his old man's eyes. But Kim Jong-nam had other plans. He grew up to be a little more progressive and open-minded, wanting to live a peaceful life, keeping a low profile, far, far away from all the politics. Now let's fast forward a bit to the present day. Kim Jong-un's sitting pretty as the supreme leader of North Korea, calling all the shots and living the high life. But there's one thorn in his side that won't go away. It just won't go away. His pesky half-brother Kim Jong-nam. So when Kim Jong-un catches wind that his big bro's still kicking around, he knows he's got to do something about it. He hatches a plan to take out Kim Jong-nam without getting his hands dirty. Now let's fast forward to the aftermath of the prank gone wrong. James disappears into the crowd, leaving Sidi and Doan to deal with the fallout. They're caught on camera, red-handed and guilty as sin. It's a media circus, with cameras flashing and reporters clamoring for a piece of the action. Sidi and Doan are hauled off to jail, but Sidi and Doan kept saying they had no clue they were messing with dangerous stuff. Even after digging through tons of messages, investigators found nothing to suggest that Sidi or Doan were involved in any plot to harm Kim Jong-nam. Now guess what? The jury dropped a bombshell. They said Sidi and Doan were in the clear. It was like a scene straight out of a feel-good movie with cheers and tears all around. But things took a crazy turn when some new evidence came out. Turns out, there might have been some shady folks pulling the strings behind the scenes. Looks like all signs point to Kim Jong-nam's assassination being cooked up by North Korea, with his power-hungry bro, Kim Jong-un, pulling the strings.